customers and friends. My name is Amber Kivett with Kivett Kinetic Solutions. I am here wanting to share with you today the unboxing of one of our newest platforms called the Lifepro Vivid. The Lifepro Vivid is a linear type vibration model versus the 3D, 4D models that we have on the rest of our items that are available. Many of you have seen me talking about the 3D, 4D with the Rumble X series and the Waver Mini, the Hovert, the Turbo. Those are all 3D, 4D platforms. This is a very different type of vibration, very good for athletes trying to improve their athletic ability for jumping and sprinting and overall power, so weightlifting. But it's also really good for those who are experiencing peripheral neuropathy. So I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit, but peripheral neuropathy is a problem that a lot of people are dealing with as they age. It's also related to as a side effect of diabetes. So anyhow, this is going to be one of those platforms that's going to be good for you if you fall into one of those categories. So either an athlete trying to work your way up into higher levels of performance, or you've got diabetic neuropathy or peripheral neuropathy from whatever situation you're dealing with. So let's talk about the Lifepro Vivid. Okay, so I have not taken anything out of the box. This is how it looks when it arrives to your doorstep. We're going to take out all of these little brochures and paper. Comes with a user guide, so whatever you don't understand from me talking with you today, you can open this up and everything I'm going to share with you is here. But anyhow, this is, again, like I said, it's very different compared to our other platforms. So I'm just going to start removing all the styrofoam and give you guys a glimpse. Weighs 25 pounds. So it's about the same in weight as a lot of our other platforms. 25 pounds. The max weight user for this is 260 pounds. 264 pounds, I should say. It's got 3 preset levels on it, and it comes with 20 different speeds, which I'm going to talk about here in just a second. But for those of you who don't want to think about anything and just like to jump on by pushing a preset program button so you don't have to think, you can just act. We've got 3 programs that are set for you, and they're very specific to maybe some of your underlying needs, which we'll talk about as well. So let's take everything out of here. Peeling the plastic off. As you can see, this one is built much taller than our others, and it is a much narrower platform to stand on. So we're not going to be doing some of my wild and fun exercise movements with this. It's much different in purpose as opposed to what you've seen me do before. For those of you who have the Rumble X Pro, it is curved and it has the nylon straps that don't move. This one comes with that as well. So I'm going to pull out here a goodie bag, and these are those straps. These are not available anywhere other than Lifepro, and these are made specifically for the Vivid Pro, and the Rumble X Pro. They have the little color lines on them, and they're velcro backing. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to set all that up here in just a second. We have our power cord. So we have a remote control that comes with it. And I believe the battery is already included in this. They usually are so generous to include all that so you don't have to think about it. Yes, okay, so on your remote control, you're going to pull the little plastic cover, and that activates the battery. Nice to see you. Thank you all those for joining me today for this. So anyhow, very simple remote to operate from. So what I highly recommend that you do though, so you don't lose your remotes because these things are so small, they're hard to keep track on. Stick a piece of Velcro on the back and either stick it on a magnet on your refrigerator or stick it someplace where you won't lose it. But I like to use Velcro on the back of my remotes so that I can keep track of them. As far as the straps, as far as these straps come with the Vivid Pro and the Rumblex Pro, there is no way to anchor these to our other units right now, and these are very, very special type of strap. So you might not be able, you can call Lifepro and ask them, but I don't know that they will sell them to you because there has to be a very specific way for you to attach these, and they serve a very different purpose as compared to the regular resistance bands that come with your set. So we'll talk about that here in just a second. But my suggestion to those of you who are interested in wanting to buy these to have for your unit, you might just reach out to Joel or contact customer service with Lifepro and just see if they have these available for purchase. But as of right now, I don't believe that they do. So, okay, super excited to see you all joining me today. So as you can see, this is how the unit is, okay? It's got these great little suction cups underneath so that wherever you put it, it doesn't go anywhere, okay? On the front of the unit, okay, I'm gonna come up here close. On the front of the unit, we have our control panel, okay? And we also have our switch on the back so we can flip. It's a breaker switch and your plug-in goes in here. So you're gonna see here, and I'm not gonna show you this while I'm lining it up, but I'm gonna show you here in just a second. But you have your time here, you have your speed and your mode here, which you don't have to worry about if you use a preset program. You have what's called strong and you have what's called soft types of linear vibration. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. Then you have your little buttons here that you can change these other settings. We have time of speed increase, time and speed decrease. You have your start, stop, or power button or sleep mode button. You have the different modes to go between sleeper mode, auto mode, or pre-program mode, or I should say either preset programming or manual mode. So you can set the machine to do whatever you want to do. And then you can switch. The switch coding means you're going to switch from strong to soft only if you are in manual mode. So you only have to worry about these buttons if you are doing something manual mode, meaning you are creating your own program. It comes in 20 different levels, so you have the variety of working with this, but if you're one of those who wants a variety of different programs without having to set it yourself, you're going to have to come up with whatever you wanting to do for a program in order to manually set it, which you can use with your remote, or you're just going to choose P1, P2, or P3 because it's got 3 preset programs. So that's what the touch panel looks like. Okay. I'm going to talk to you guys here in just a second about what is so different between this type of vibration and the vibration that we already have had out between our different units, between the Rumblex series, which is 4D, the Waver Turbo, Waver Mini, trying to think, and the Hovert. Those are all 3D. And then the Rhythm is a 2D. It only has a pivoting platform. So whereas the 3D, you're getting pivoting and vibration through the bottom. The Rumblex series, you're getting 4D. So you're getting an oscillating, which is a tilting. You're getting vibration, and you're getting a lateral shift. This is just simply linear. So what it means is you're only getting vibration up and down, but it doesn't matter where you put your body on this unit, it's going to feel pretty much consistent, especially with the size of this unit. You can keep your feet closer to the inside for less, but there's not as much of a difference like you're used to feeling with some of the 3D, 4D platforms. But this is very, very intense vibration. So very, very good for restless leg syndrome, really good for peripheral neuropathy, really good for trying to improve circulation into the extremities. Those of you that are wanting to work more on weight loss, fat management, meaning fat loss. You're wanting to use it for moods or mental health. You're wanting to use it for strengthening certain muscles. This is not the platform you want for that. This is going to be more for those who are trying to improve their athletic and power output and abilities. So if you're trying to jump higher, run faster, getting really, really strong as quickly as you can without generating the extra workout with heavy weights, the linear vibration is where that's at. But at the same token, if you are suffering from diabetic neuropathy, peripheral neuropathy, for whatever reason that you're suffering, this is going to be a far superior tool than our other 3D, 4D platforms because of the type of vibration that this provides. So it's one of those things, it's hard to explain it until you actually feel it, but I can tell you it feels really, really cool compared to what the others are, but your exercises, because of the size of this, you're much more limited. Those of you that sit a lot during the day and are trying to improve in circulation throughout your body, this is a great option because it can sit underneath of a table. It's a very narrow piece. You're only talking about 21 inches in width, and it's about 23 inches long. So it's not a big piece. It's actually even smaller than the Waver Mini if you're looking at total dimensions and how it's set up. Now, the difference between soft mode and strong mode. So if we're looking at amplitude, which is really hard for many of you to understand, amplitude is how much vibration is going up and down. And so low vibration is going to be for those of you who are really sensitive, especially with neuropathy. You're going to start on a low mode or a soft mode. And you're going to get 0.5 to 1.4 millimeters of shift up and down, which is not much, but when you're doing it as repetitively from a frequency standpoint with the way this machine is built, it's a lot if you're not used to it. And then it has a strong mode, which is considered high, and it goes from 1.5 to 3. So that's a big, big difference. So the beauty of this is if you get tired of standing on it and you realize that you're on strong mode and your legs are feeling fantastic, but you've had enough, but you're not really wanting to turn it off yet, you can jump back into a soft mode in order to get the benefit of both. Now, we have 3 different preset programs. So preset program 1 is a soft mode, which is for detoxification and pain relief. That's going to be for your neuropathy situation. We have P2, which is a strong mode, which is more for that cardiovascular intensity that you're wanting the same effects of cardiovascular exercise as well as the strength and the power and the explosive development in the muscles. And then our P3 program is a soft and strong combined, which is going to give you muscle enhancement and toning all at the same time. So it's much more defined as compared to a lot of our other units that just give you a variety of different programs to choose from so you don't get bored. But this one is very specific. P1 is for soft and for neuropathy users. Strong is for your athletic population or for those who are really wanting a vigorous massage through the vibration. And the soft and strong is P3, which is a combination of both, so you can get the best of both worlds. So the beauty of the Vivid is you're going to get an experience, you can experience joint and back pain relief. So it improves your back and it improves your core strength. You're going to boost your metabolism, which is going to encourage your body to burn fat faster. It decreases that stress hormone, the cortisol, while increasing your serotonin, and you're also going to get that increase in endorphins, which is your painkiller hormone. It improves circulation, so decreases blood pressure and increases lymphatic drainage on the soft mode. If you're trying to improve stability overall and how you're moving, you're going to get an increase in strength and flexibility through the other settings. And then the other really good benefit behind it is just developing stronger bones, so increasing bone density. So if you have osteoporosis or you're starting to show the signs of that, great option. But that being said, all of our platforms do that. So that is not exclusive to just this platform. You can use any platform that Lifepro offers and get all of those benefits because they're just awesome. So if you are a beginner, You're going to start with a level 1 to a level 6 if you're going to choose manual mode. So if you're not quite sure how you're going to deal with this at home, but you don't want to do the preset program, if you just turn the machine on and you choose soft mode, you can actually increase the speed between a level 1 and a level 6. There's 20 different levels. And so for your intermediate user, you're going to be between a level 7 and 13. And then those of you that are diehard go-getters, I want the most for my time, level 14 through 20. But do be careful if you're one of those people, because I find most people who are go-getters and we're going to get it done and we're going to do all we can, you have no idea how much your body is really working when you're on these. So less is better when you're getting started. Even if you just need to start from a sitting position, less is better. So let's go through and show how this all comes together. Now, these straps connect through these little, this is why these straps will not work with the other devices, as we're suctioned down to the floor. Okay, so if you're looking at this device, you're used to with our other resistance bands, which this does not come with. The other resistance bands have more of a loop and a little eye that you can slide that loop through. These just have these little these little bars, okay? So that Velcro strap is going to slide underneath the bar and then back up on the same side, and then you just seal it, okay? So I'm going to show you how that's done. So we are here. We're going to take our strap. Doesn't matter if the colors are facing away or in. Doesn't matter. As long as you know the point of having these colors is so that you measure your straps to be exactly the same. Okay? And I'll show you why that matters here in just a moment. So you're going to run that down, bring it back up. And then I have found the best way to secure these for those who are using it is you seal it wherever you want the color to be, and then you slide your hand down in order to seal the rest of the Velcro. Because if you try and piece it as you come up, it's harder to keep it in a straight line. But anyhow, that's how it looks when it's attached. Now if you see I'm pulling, there's no resistance here. It is a static strap, so it doesn't move, okay? It's a stretching strap, okay? So those of you who are wanting to do something very similar to this at home, let me show you an alternative. For those of you who are wanting to get kind of the same idea on a turbo or on a waver, this is a regular stretching strap from like TJ Maxx for like 10 bucks. And the difference is that it has these little elastic loops all the way through for you to put your body part, but the back strap doesn't go anywhere. So what you can do if you are using your other device at home is you can stand on your strap and pull, and you get the exact same effect as if you're using the strap that comes with these other types of devices. So I would not recommend you trying to attach this to your unit at all. I mean, if you want to fight it and try and slide it through the O-rings, you can try. But if you just stand on it, you can vary how you use this strap, and you can attempt to get kind of the same result as what these other straps do. So it's a stretching strap, has the elastic built into it so that you can slide a foot in there too if you want to, or slide your shoe through there to keep it put. But do be careful when you're standing on your platform with this, because it can throw the balance off a little bit. But again, if you just stand on it and you pull and you're vibrating at the same time, guess what? You're getting the exact same effect as if you're standing on this type with the strap. You're getting different vibration, but this is how you can get away with not having this type of a strap on your other type of device. So that's my hack for the day. We like hacks. Okay, so back to what I was doing here. So we are going to weave this through. And I set mine on the red length just because, no rhyme or reason, just to get it try it out. Now, bear with me because the only thing that I did not prepare myself with was an extension cord. So hang tight for me. As I get myself all situated here. Now, I'm going to have to slide this back, which actually works into your favor. Okay, and there we have it. So this goes on the front until you hear it click into position so that you know you got it in there really good. I'm going to go get a chair because I know that this is intense. I remember testing this when we made the original commercial, and it is intense. Okay, so we have a chair. Okay, now we're going to flip the switch. The unit is on, and I know you're all excited to hear how loud or how quiet it is. Now, my knees are sitting much higher on me than level because my chair is really short. But since I'm not doing squats and different exercises, I'm just sitting here, I should be okay with the absorption of this energy. So, on my remote, I'm going to choose the mode that I'm wanting to use, and you have to point it down to the device. So we have a P1, a P2, a P3, and a 0, 0, which means manual mode. So we want to choose that, okay? And then from here, you can increase your time. It starts at 10 minutes. You can increase it all the way up to 20 minutes. So this device is actually set for longer than the 10 minutes that we do on all of the other units. You can do 2 20-minute workouts with this, and that's totally cool. I wouldn't recommend doing more often than not 3. So I would be careful with doing 3, especially with this device. So, and then you can increase your speed however you want to, but just a full warning, you have to push start. I remember this. You have to push start before you can get going in order to get the speed increased. So, we are now turned on, and I'm going to be quiet for a second so you can hear. Okay, so I'm on speed 9, so I'm now in the intermediate, and now I'm at full capacity. My toes are vibrating. I can see my feet vibrating. This is really, really cool. All right, so let me pause for a second here. It does not allow you to pause where you're at, so you actually have to start the program over. But I'm going to grab you guys so that you can see what this looks like from my angle. So bear with me. I'm going to try not to make you all dizzy. All right. So here we are. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back to, here's our different modes. P1, P2, P3, 00, which means you are in manual mode, okay? I like doing this barefoot. I like doing a lot of stuff barefoot because barefoot is actually really good for you. We have strong mode, and we've got soft mode. So I'm starting in soft, and I can go flipping back and forth, okay? So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to start with soft mode, and I'm going to increase the time. There it is to 20, okay? And then from here, we're going to push the start. And now this is just a speed of 1, which is really nice. Okay, so now we're going to increase the speed. Now, I'm not forcing my feet to stay put. I'm just kind of going along with the flow, but you can see my legs. Okay, we're at 9. 9 is considered intermediate. This is a really nice little tickle. Now, mind you, I'm in soft mode, so this is low intensity. All right, there is. Now, if I stand on this, there's standing. So it's quiet when you stand. Okay, and as you can see, as compared to our other units, there's not a whole lot of vibration going on in my legs. But now if I sit with less pressure, with less weight, you're gonna see more in my feet than in my legs. So this does not vibrate in your legs like you're used to with the other devices. Now we're gonna go to strong mode. Okay, and so strong mode is much more intense because you're changing the height or the amplitude of which the vibration of the platform shifts. So it's moving a greater distance up and down. And you can see this in my legs. We're not even in intermediate mode yet. Now we're in intermediate mode. We go all the way to 20. Now, I'm not putting any weight on here. My feet are just resting up here, but you can see how my toes and my feet are moving. It's really pretty cool feeling. And this is when it gets a little louder. So what you can do is you can put this on a mat or on the carpet. It won't be as loud, but it's on a hard surface right now, so it's really loud. And you can see my legs don't appear to be moving a lot, but I can tell you there's a lot of vibration going through my legs. Okay? Now, if I stand, okay, so here I'm standing in a little bit of a squat. Okay, my legs are not moving anymore. But now I'm at max threshold here. I'm at 20 on strong. My legs are not moving because the vibration is coming up and down instead of side to side or tilting. Okay, but this is a big tickle. Okay, so there's how that goes. So we're gonna stop. Okay, and we're gonna go into P1. And we're gonna start. And you're gonna see the speed changing. On the right, I don't have any control over time or speed or intensity. So I can't change from soft to strong. If I'm in preset program mode, this is just how it goes, okay? So I just have to kind of follow along with whatever it's set up for. But I'm getting a good variety here. And my lower legs are starting to itch right now. That is a histamine response. That means that this unit is softening up the tension on my connective tissue, on my fascia. And inside of the fascia is a lot of toxicity that is now floating around in my body and giving me the opportunity to eliminate it, which is a very, very good thing because that's what makes us sick. Now, here's the thing. My head is vibrating. I can feel the vibration up into my head and between my ears. So in order to eliminate that, I either have to sit or I have to bend my knees more. So the straighter my legs are, the more I'm gonna feel it all the way up my body. Because again, it's intense vibration because it's linear. So it's moving up and down instead of side to side. You can actually hear my voice changing. Pretty cool. All right, so let me put you back here. So now if there's nobody on it, it's a little loud. But we're gonna get on here in just a second and I'll show you how the straps work. All right, so what we can do with the straps now is when we pull the straps, it actually grounds us more into the platform. So I'm feeling this more in my lower legs and in my back now because I'm not just standing here, I'm actually pulling energy through the device, which is pushing me harder into the device. So for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. The harder I push my body into the unit, the more the energy comes through my body. So if you're wanting max energy through your body, you want to make sure you can get as much of your foot in contact with the surface because your toes and your feet, the bottom of your feet, have thousands of neuroreceptors that give your brain feedback to where you're at in space, balance, proprioception. There's a lot of greatness that comes and a lot of emotion that comes from the neuroreceptors on the bottom of the feet. So the harder that I make contact with my feet, and if I can pull, I'm gonna feel this more and more through my body, okay? Now, if I have pain on my upper right side, if I crisscross the handles and pull one side or another, it's going to change where the vibration goes because we're working on an X pattern. So if I pull with my right handle, as long as I'm crossed, and I add a little bit of a squat, and my pain is in my right rib cage, right through here, my right thoracic spine. If I pull, relaxing my other arm, okay, if I pull the right handle with my left arm, I'm going to feel it on my right side more, okay? And then if I'm wanting to feel it more up in here, then I'm going to stand a little taller, and I'm going to pull more with my right, and then you're going to feel that energy going up more to the left. It can get a little confusing, but I can tell you this, if you just play around with it, with, you know, the different hand positioning, squatting, you can sit. The hard part was sitting with the handles. You can sit and you can push up towards the ceiling with your knees and your elbows together, and you can feel that energy up into your chest. So those of you who suffer from walking pneumonia or any kind of a respiratory challenge, so long as your doctor gives you permission to be on vibration therapy, it helps break that stuff loose. But you want to make sure you're not in acute infection stage, because we don't want to mobilize all that stuff without you having a doctor intervention first. So if I drive my elbows into my thighs while I'm holding these handles, now I can feel this big time up in my back, but I'm not feeling it in my head, neck, or in my face. So many of you might be a little sensitive to that. I am now halfway through the preset program for number 1, and the speed mode is at 20 on a soft setting, if that makes sense. And if I rotate my hands here, I'm changing how the energy moves through my forearms, my shoulders, and into my palms. So it truly is a total body experience if you're wanting to try it out. And again, I'm starting to really itch because I've got a lot of adhesions and I have fibromyalgia, so I have a lot of stuff that's just stuck down here in my lower body. And some days it's just really painful for me to mobilize that tissue, so that's why these devices are so awesome, because I don't have to be in pain in order to mobilize and get my fascia and connective tissue healthy, or to detox. So if you do feel itching sensations, or you feel maybe a mild headache come on, or you get an upset tummy on a low level, that's detox. So lots and lots of water and electrolytes. Electrolytes, sodium, potassium, magnesium. Magnesium is a big one. So if you can make sure and get some electrolytes in your system, flush that stuff out. You either have to urinate it out, you have to sweat it out, or you can spit it out, or you can poo it out. One of those ways. But our lymphatic system doesn't have a pump, kind of like our heart does with our blood. And so the vibration technology helps with creating a pumping mechanism for our garbage disposal system, hence the lymphatic system, to mobilize stuff out of your system. So they use this kind of stuff a lot for diabetics to facilitate circulation into the limbs. For those who are post-cancer treatments, to get the drugs out of the system and to, detox from drug therapy, radiation, chemo, those kind of things. So there's a lot of great purposes behind the machines, but this platform specifically is made for linear vibration. So really good for neuropathy of all sorts, whether diabetic induced or not. Really good for athletic enhancement if you are trying to up your game in athletics for jumping, squatting, sprinting, so any, volleyball, basketball, gymnastics, football, softball, there's a lot of different things that you can train. But if you are just trying to lose weight, increase your energy, increase your mental health, detox, this one might be a little more intense than what you want. Your options are a little more limited with this one. So stay tuned though, because I'm going to share with you here very soon, within the next few moments, I'm going to unbox the Vivid Pro, which is a notch bigger than this one, and it's actually my favorite. So stay tuned with me, and if you decide that you want to buy one of these platforms, if you use the code AMBER, A-M-B-E-R 10, AMBER 10, You can use that anywhere on the Lifepro site, and it'll give you an extra little bonus discount. We really appreciate you watching, and feel free to share the video on with family, friends, coworkers, those that you know that could use it, and look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you.